Hi, we have discussed about basic materials creation and shader creation in Maya. Let's talk about textures and other things. So let me stop this and close the Arnold render view. Let me delete this object. I deleted it. Work. Select this one. W. I just move this object little. Let them be. And if you don't want to look at this one, I can change them. And the first one is select this object. Okay, let me set it up a little. That would do. Let me move the lights a little up. And what's the sorry. I would like to select this object, right click, assign the existing material. I would like to go with material 2. Hope you know which one is 2, which is Chrome. Maybe I change the preset by just select the object, right click, material attributes, and here AI standard surface. I prefer going presets. Let me choose metal, brushed metal, replace. So now it's brushed metal. You can see in your render view. It's a brushed metal. Of course, the light is too small to cover this area. So maybe I should bring them. I'm sorry, I prefer go to this Arnold render view. And look at the intensity we have. And the reason why it's not visible is because it's some material which requires plane as usual. Put a plane, delete that. Yeah, because the light has to reflect back. Only when the light reflects back, you would know what object that is. That's why we need a plane always to get the reflection back. On track to find out what kind of object is that. So this is the backlight. So this is my area light, where I can increase my exposure a little more. Yeah, the intensity. It's too much. Oh, this 130. How did I get too much? Let's see. I can reduce my exposure. I can bring down the intensity. Yeah. So here we have one brushed metal. Okay, great. So now look at the scene. 4 is wireframe, 5 is shader, and 6 is for texturing, but we have not applied any texturing here as of now. Now press 7 for lighting. Now you can see in the scene the light, how the light has been spread. 7 is for lighting mode. Wait. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So these are the modes we have. Anyway, let me go to press 5 and I stop this. Let me go to my capture shade because I don't want any other materials in the scene. So I think now there are many materials which are unused. Let's go to edit, delete unused nodes. Now you can find only Lambert and standard surface shaders. This particle and glow are default. Lambert, particle, and glow, these 3 are default. So let's have a standard. Okay, so for some modeling purposes, I prefer to go to Lambert unless I can't work with black color. Yeah, let's close this window. Okay, it's good. So let's check this a little more. Wait. Okay, so now let's consider this keyboard just go up. Okay, and turn my wireframe demonstrator on. Okay, so here. So let's select this one. This is my floor. So select this and add it in a group. Yep, I turned it off. And let me double click this. Let me name it as floor. Enter, save. So it's a floor. Great. Let's save the scene file. Save scene as my modern classes scenes, and here I would just save it as container 1. The file is saved as container 1. Okay, let's select this mode. Now I would like to apply a texture on this one. Let's see how to apply texture. Now for purposes, I apply a new material. I right click, I assign a new material, and I go to Maya, and I prefer a Phong material. Okay, I'm choosing a Phong here. So this is a Phong material. Great. So let's turn this off. Yeah, channel box. Okay, there's a Phong material here, and I would like to open my Hypershade. See that? That's fine. And here you can see your Phong. So what we can do is let's double click the Phong material. Now you can see the Phong material here, or I prefer just right click as material attributes. You can access this. Now here's the color. You can apply color here, and instead of this, you can even go to the color option here, and there you can see a checker box, which means that you can apply or you can map an image here. Just click that. Now it will open the same window which we opened before, and now in that window, now I would like to apply an image or a picture. So let's choose a file. So let's choose a file here. Fine, the file is added. Now you will see that a file is automatically added to our Phong material. It asks you, okay, where is the image you want to map? So I have my image in. Let me see where I have my image for. Yeah, here is my container images. I have an image here. Yeah. So we copy this one. Anyway, since our project is mapped already, once you click, it will automatically take you to the modeling class source images. That's great. So inside the source images, I have a folder called container. So inside that, you will see that there are some container images. Let me choose this one, a red one, great, and hit open. Okay. Now the image is applied on this Phong material. Okay, but why it is not visible in the screen? Because 4 is wireframe, 5 is shaded, 6 is a texture mode. Yeah, look at that. So this is 6 is texture mode. This is pretty bad. Let me choose some other material. Let me click this, and I go above. I have some other brick. I have some bricks here. Maybe I can choose some bricks here. Yeah. Double click, yeah, look at that. I applied a brick image. But look at that. This is a texture. Whenever you apply an image to a shader or a material, we call that as a texture. Now look here, in this texture, the brick is not properly mapped. So let's see this model here. So now we have only one material, Phong and AI standard, only these two materials we have. Okay, that's fine. Let's close that. Now we have this material here. So I switched to my Arnold, but I prefer to render in software mode. So I just cancel this, press escape to cancel, then I switch to software mode and render that. So here you can see that. Yeah, here you can see that in the software mode, this is how your model looks like. So this is really bad. We don't want the model to be like this. And you can notice that now there are two controls, there are two indicators. Whenever I press any key and I press my mouse, you can see my mouse is visible there. Hope you guys could see in the viewport, there is my mouse. And if I press left middle click, this is my middle click. And when I press right click, this is right click. You can see everything in the viewport. Either you can follow that or you can follow this. So there are two indicators now, so you can easily understand what is going on. Either you can follow this one or you can follow this one. Yeah, anything good to say. Great. Now look here. Now let me select this object and look in the viewport here. This is too bad. We don't want the model like this. See, we have applied material, but why it is not properly projected? The texture whatever we applied, why it's not properly projected? That is what happens. See, whenever we create a new object, this is called UV material. Whenever we create a new model, see, we scale it up, then we extend, we scale it, then we just move the vertices, or we do something like that. So we keep on edit the object, and which in turn made the object to expand. That's what happens when you apply texture over the material. So how can we stop this? The way is like we have to apply material, we have to do UV mapping. Okay, so what is UV mapping? Let's talk about this. Let's go to UV menu. There you have a UV editor. Yeah, here you have a UV editor and UV toolkit also opens there. So this is my UV editor. You can expand and you can do that. Yep. Now look at that. So here you can see this is what the cube is made of. The cube is made of some 3 to 6 sides, and look at that. Yep. This is how, by default, this is how your interface looks like. So here is the image. If you click this button, your image will appear here. Let me turn this off. So these are the faces. Right click and go to face mode. These are the faces we have here. You can see that. Yeah, this is how the faces has to be. But the faces are not like that. These faces are expanded. Now look at this face. See, the original shape of the cube is like this, whereas it is expanded. We scaled it up and made the shape. So we need to make them all equal. I need to convert them all, or I need to remap them and bring it inside. So in order to do that first, let's map this. Let's apply a mapping technique so that all these external faces will be brought inside UV editor in a proper way. So before we start, let's close this UV window. Let me select this top face, shift the bottom face, because both these faces are facing y-axis. Then I do my shift right click, mapping. Since they are facing y-axis, I would apply planar map y, because it is a plane, single plane, so I prefer this one, planar map. And you can scroll down, don't click anywhere else. You can see U and Y, U and V, which is X and Y-axis, and it's in Z-axis, so you can just expand them. Yeah, so with the projection width, and you can just, yeah, this is the projection height. How much height you wish, you can change as much height you want. So look at that. So this would be fine, right? It's projection width. So with this 46, let me go with 46 for both, 46 and 46. Enter. Great. But look at that, I just want to rotate. Now in this, don't click anywhere else. Just use all left click. Don't click anywhere else. Now in this window, I think these lights are disturbing. So I can go to show menu. I switch off my lights. So my light is there, but it won't be visible. Great. Now in this controller, you could see there is a line there. You can see the line there. Just click the line. Now you can get a circle. Now click on the circle. Yeah, now the circle is enabled. Now you can rotate this around. See, like this. So however you want, you can change this. So I rotated it to -90 degree. or plus 90, anything will be fine. 90 degree, and projection width and height is 46 and 46. That's nice. Okay. 46, 46 and 90. Okay. So let's press W again. Done. Now, whenever you select this model now, you can see polyplane projection 1. And when you select this bottom one, you can see that polyplane projection 1. Yeah. That's the history. Now select this one, which is facing x-axis. Look at that, x-axis. And left and right. Now shift right click. Mapping, planar map, x-axis. So now scroll down. If you remember perfect, there should be 46 and 46. It's 46 and 46. Yep, and that. Now if you want to move the texture, you can, there is a line, look at that, there's a line here, this is a line, you can just click on this line, and the gray color line, you can click and you can just drag them, and you can see that, yeah, it's matching, the edges are matching, it has to match with each other, so that it will be fine. See, it's matching them. I think I should scale it up a little bit or down a little bit, do it. So I press Z. If by accidentally I click somewhere else and if the tool is gone, just press Z. The undo will bring it back. Repeat again. If you click somewhere accidentally and if the tool is gone, press Z again to bring it back. Okay, it's done. Let's click outside and see how it's, yeah, it's done here. But still, there's a few more problems. So just press Z. Maybe you can just scale it up. I mean, an extra more or an extra less. You could do that. And you can match them. Sorry, press my Z again. Just match them. And look at that. But there's a problem, like the break seems too much bigger. Maybe I can move them up. Look at that. I'm moving them up now. Yeah. Now it's gone. Now the edges matches like this. Yeah. Now look at that. That looks perfect. So yeah, 46 would work. Now similarly, I press W, then I select the front and the back faces, which are z-axis. So shift right click, mapping, planar map, z-axis. Great. But this has to be of 46 and 46. Enter. Great. Now they all have to match each other. Now look at that. Just click here and Z. Now I can match them by going up or down. Great. Now look at that. It matches perfectly. This is called seamless. Seamless in the sense, when they say seamless, which means they cannot see the connectivity. It will be like continuous. Seamless means a continuous texture. Look at that. It looks like a continuous break, a continuous texture. So now this is a perfect one. Now we could call this as a perfect one. Perfect UV. Now select this one, go to your UV editor, and see how it looks like. Yeah, it looks like this. So this is how it is like now. So we have just changed the UVs and made it like that. Okay, so this is one way of applying mapping. Yeah, now this is perfect. You can turn this image to see the texture, how it applies. Yeah. Great. So now, since it is applied properly, now we can use some other texture also to map it here. Okay. So this is just one way of applying material. You can use this for you can use it like this. Now I'll show you some other way of applying material or node or front view. Now you can see it is rendered. The picture is assigned properly for a house or something like that. And whenever there is a change in the shape, and of course you have to remap them again. Look at that. Now you have to remap them again. Okay, you have to select the faces again, and you have to apply the mapping process. So that's how it works. So it keeps on changing. So that value fixed only for that size. If the model increases, then you have to remap and do it again. Okay, that's how it works. So this is just one way of applying your texture. And what's another way? And what is another best way, I would say? What's another best or recommended way? There are many other methods. For example, so what's the use of this? What is the use of applying this? The use is like there's just one material with textures mapped like that. So the recommended one in the industry, this is an easy step, which whatever actually is an easy step of applying mapping. But the recommended step which is followed in the industry is a different one. So I close this one here. So please note this down. Whenever you want to model something, you have to just look at this. You have to let's take this cube. I press R, great. Then I right click, assign existing material, which is Lambert is a default, which is already there. And this brick is assigned in the Phong one. So click Phong one. Yeah, look at that. Now it's perfect one. Yeah. So yeah, it is perfect. But when you scale it up, it won't be perfect. Okay, so in that scenario, you have to right click and go to face mode. This is facing x-axis. Okay. This and shift right click, mapping, planar map x-axis, it's done. So I just attach them with this. So that'll be 34 and 26. 34 and 26, great. Now let me select the top and down. They are facing y-axis. So shift right click, mapping, planar map y-axis. So yeah, look at this one. Now let me select the front and the back. If you remember this properly, look at this one, like here we have applied 34 and 26. So similarly, I select here and apply. And shift right click. They are facing Z axis. Planar map Z, and here comes 34 and 26. Yeah. So now it's applied. So this is just an easy way of applying a UV map, applying a material, applying the proper texture to the material. Look at that, they properly match. Okay, this matching works. This seamless match works only when when the faces are projecting or having the same equal number of values. If they are of different values, like instead of 34, it is 22. Look at that. There will be some significant change. You could notice that. Okay, so 26, if I mention 16, look at that, it becomes smaller. So you should remember how to make that. Okay, right click and go to object mode. That. So this is just one way of applying materials, textures to the material. And now you can apply any material to this object, any texture to this object. It will have the same impact. For an example, let me select this one and hit delete. I press W and F. Now I right click, I go to my material attributes. Now instead of brick, I would like to apply another material. So look at the color. It's already mapped, so it shows a different one. Now click on the folder again. And now instead of the brick, I would like to load a container. So there are some container images I have. I can go with this one. This is fine. Maybe. Yeah, even this one is fine. Let me go with this one. This is fine. Yeah, this one. Let me take this one and open. Now you can see there. There is a big image. It's a huge image. There are 3 images there. When you open it in your in the container, you can see that there are 3 objects there. So the texture is a huge one, but we need only this one. So in that scenario, what we do is, let me go to my let me select this face and this face. Okay. Now shift right click and go to mapping, planar map, x-axis. Now you can see that? Yeah, 3 there. Now you can scale it up and diagonally. Like I'm going to scale it them diagonally. I just move them a little up or down. Is it? To read. Oh, boy. I think, yeah. So I move down to the bottom one. Great. Now I want to scale them up again. Is it? Scale them up again. Let move them up. Yeah, this is just one way of doing it. Now you can see it is matched. Both both the slides are matched there. It's like 96 and 61. It's fine. 96 and 61. So let me select this one. Shift right click, mapping, y-axis. Let me rotate this. So in order to activate rotation, you should click on the red line. You can see the red line. Click the red line once. Now the rotate tool comes. Now click on this rotate tool once. Yeah, now it activates. So like this, maybe 90. Uh-oh. I think it missed it. Be 180. Zero would work. Oh. Yeah, minus 90. Okay. Look at that. This would work. Yeah. Maybe good. This value will be as we discussed. I think it's 96, man. If I'm wrong, just sorry for that. Okay. I think I can scale it up a little more. Right. And for here, I need a separate material. For example, so for these two faces, I'm using same material. Whereas for this face, I need a new material because look at this face. I already have one material, already have one texture map. But this time I'm trying to use not this material, maybe I'm trying to use this material, this texture. So in order to use this texture, I'm not going to use, I can't use the same material because this material is already mapped with this. So this font, I name it as container top. Enter. Great. So this font is container top. Let's select this two faces. Great. Now right click, assign new material. I'm going to create another font. Great again. And this font is named as container FB, which means phantom back. Yeah, container phantom. That would do. Now go to the color, file, pick the file which is yep, this will do. And yeah, let me do this. Open. So this is different texture now. Okay, we created a material number 1. We apply the texture number 2. Then number 3 is we have the map. So select both these faces. Then these are facing z-axis. Shift right click, mapping z-axis. That's fine. It's done now. Do that. It's perfect. So that's it. Now the container box is ready. Yeah. So yeah, I think I had to rotate this, but I didn't do it. So this is just one way of doing this. Look at that. So your container is ready now. It's just a matter of seconds, matter of minutes. And look here in the UV window. This is a UV window. So whenever you select a face here, whenever you select a face here, you could see that. This is your face. And this one, this is here. And this one here. Yeah, because we selected both of them and mapped here. So they're top of each other. So here is top, left and right is on top of each other. Left, right is on top of each other, and front and back is on top of each other here. So by any point of time, if you want to make any changes, you can change them. Next, hope you guys understood how to apply a material with a texture. So now this object has two materials, which are, you can see here. I'm sorry, let me go to my hypershade here. Okay. Now here you can see there are two materials we have used. One is Blend 1, which is container top and container front and back. So that's what we're using here. Okay, so let's do this render. The software mode. Yeah, in the software mode it works like this. Of course, this is how the container looks like in the software mode. And if I apply it on anisotropic, I mean, if I have to apply it on the Arnold shader, I had to reapply. I had to create two shaders and I had to apply. Okay, so now you understood how things work. So this is one easy way of applying materials and shaders. So in the next video, we will discuss about how to work and make this perfect in UV editor. So whatever the method I taught you as of now, it's just an easy way followed by designers for some fast processing in order to complete a small project. But when you're working on a big project where we need everything is to be proper, then you have to get familiarized with UV editor and its toolkit. So next video is about UV editor and UV toolkit. See you guys.